Hey guys, another vid here, 175% movement speed. Well, this is with specifically the Crusader. Just to show you what I mean is basically if you have 25% movement speed and you have the endurance steed charge on, you're going to get 175 movement speed. So basically this video is about, how do you sustain it, how do you keep it up for as long as possible, why you would use it or what scenarios you would use it, and then more particularly like a live example or demonstration of it, obviously. So there's only really one piece of gear that you really need, and that's the Swift mount. It's really entirely up to yourself whether you want to get a good one or you want to do like kind of a swap of your weapon. The reason why the Swift mount is absolutely a must as a weapon is obviously it's secondary, doubles the duration of steed charge. As simple as that. Now, as you can see, I'll go up here, cooldown reduction makes a big difference. So with a two-handed system, I'm on 49%. But when I'm going and putting this one on and I don't have cooldown reduction, I could probably put this one and roll cooldown reduction on it and put it about 50%. What you'll see is it's not 100% uptime. Plus technically you won't get 100% uptime because the animation will always close and then you will re-pop it up again. So there will always be some form of downtime irrespective of whatever your cooldown is. So another way to increase this is by probably 3 skills. Not all of them are mandatory, but 2 are definitely mandatory. So you need the steed charge endurance. The reason being is because it increases the duration for 3 seconds. So obviously that's massive. That's compulsory. Also Lord Commander, the cooldown, it reduces it by 25%, so that just helps the cooldown. Now it's up to you. If you're going to be swapping to a second hander, well then you might leave Heavenly Strength, but then you have to get the cooldown from somewhere else, so whether it's your gear or something like that. Otherwise you can do the one-hander. If you've already got a class with your build of a Crusader, your one-hander, it'll give you 15%. Now obviously I've got Paragon points and I've got 10% over here as well, so that's another way of getting. Now where I was leading to this is you don't rely on the GoGat of swiftness, because then you would have to build the stack first and then it stops the downtime and so on. This is not something that you will be using in rifts or greater rifts. This is what you'll be using it for. You'll be using it for key farming, split farming, or targeting specific bounties. So I pretty much got most of my keys by using the Crusader over the Demon Hunter. I just found that the 175% movement speed was just too hard to miss, and really good for this particular class. If you do get the Shrine, you do get 200%, but again, for demonstrations we're not relying on this potentially could get this. This is more that for me 100% of the time I'm going to be getting like 175% movement speed, with the exemption of the animation going down and then going back up. So one important factor is if you pop it, which I didn't pop it, if you attack, you get out of the animation. So make sure you do not attack unless you're actually going to be attacking the warden or something like that. So don't pop it. Again, another note is accurate champion. You don't need to be in accurate champion mode to make it. Doesn't make a difference. So that's not even essential. So I'll give you an example. I think everyone hates Act 2 Key Warden because it's a big area. And imagine doing this at 25% movement speed. So again, you do need to have the 25% movement speed, which is easy. You can either use Paragon points or have it on your gear. And you just pretty much just run around. I mean, imagine doing this at 25% movement speed. It takes forever. Key Warden, and look where he is. I had to run all around to find him. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this with the one-hander on. So, but then again, because of the attack speed, it drains my raft. So This is just an example of whether if you do it with a one-hander or you swap with to the two-hander, but again you have to balance the cooldown, and what you're looking at is about like 50% cooldown reduction. And I got the key, yeah, which is good. And here's the other example. So if you were targeting specific bounties, now the reason why you would target specific bounties is just more likely for XP, right? So this is if you're doing it solo. You would do something like clear the den, or in Southern Highways you're probably looking at clear the Moon Clan, where you would have to go to level 2, so you have to run all the way there, and then you kill all the mobs and you get about 80 million with a pull, or 60 million XP. So it's a kind of fast way of doing it. Or alternative, if you're doing split farming, it's also a great way in which you can contribute in helping out the team of being quite quick. So if you have a Crusader, if you don't have a Crusader, keep that in mind. Don't DE this weapon, or don't DE a furnace, because unless you have one, or don't DE a Swift mount, because it's definitely something that you can always utilize. And again, it's a specific reason why you would use it. So don't think that you need it to be in a a greater rift or a rift, because it's probably no use, but it has its purposes if you're doing something specific. So hopefully this vid helped you out. Guys, give us a like if you choose to, and thanks for watching, and have a great day. Cheers, mate.